The brand new bounty hunter worlds are coming to RuneScape. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Odablock, what's that? Well, it's actually been released and about a couple of years ago, and people were abusing the system by, you know, farming gold and cheating and whatnot. We're not going to get so into that, but just know it was taken out of game a couple of years back, and now it has returned. You know, the bounty hunter crater is even coming back. Let me further explain what that is, shall we, chat? The bounty hunter crater, what is that? Now let's further talk about that. If you spawned the use of the crater in the 2007 craters, there would be 3 to 55, 55 to 100, and 100 to 126 combat. So 3 different craters that anybody could go from. But the thing about that is people were abusing it by staying level 55 and then killing everybody under that combat bracket in that crater. For instance, if you're 55 through 100, everybody that's 100 could kill a level 55 in that crater. Does that make sense? Ah, yes, it does make sense. With this crater, they don't plan on doing that. They're going to make it, I believe, 5 combat levels lower or higher and import a system where people can't abuse such things. They do plan on adding no teleblock, no protection prayers, and no ice barrage or entangles. So basically, if you go in there, you can't freeze anybody, you can't use any sort of protection prayers, and you can't teleblock anybody. So you either go in there, you fight like a man, or you get the hell out. You understand me? So they're trying to import a system where it's not going to be filled with NH or any sort of breeding, right? So what I mean by that is it's going to be like a PvP world in a crater, but they're importing a system where it's going to give big rewards. And I honestly think it's a very good idea. And they did explain that they might introduce a no honor crater, maybe like additionally adding a crater just for NHing. And what is NHing? That means using mage range and overheads and such like that. And I honestly think that's a very good idea. I really do like the plan that they're going at here. I think it's a good plan. I'm fully supportive of using no protection prayers, no teleblock, no binding. And I forgot to mention there is no teleporting as well. So you either go in there, and as soon as you go in, you got to be ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? So they have like 4 entrances, right? So as soon as you go in, the potential spawn is going to be one of these red dots right here. Well, not dots, lines of symmetry, horizontal lines. Oh, yes. The system that importing is, pretty self-explanatory. And it says the aim of this is to effectively make sure people are fighting honorably, keeping things quick and simple while minimizing the chances you get caught off guard by a teleblock, integral, or granite maul special attack. Now, I really do think this is very good for new players in terms of people that are getting introduced to PvP. So it's going to help, how do I say this? More people, I feel like, encourage them and motivate them, or even come play the game in terms of PvP and wanting to do PvP, right? So I really do think this is a good way for new PvPers as well. I know that NHers are not going to agree with this, but they only don't agree with it is because they only know how to NH. Yeah, I'm calling you guys out. Bellis, all you motherfuckers that just only know how to NH, that's why you guys are complaining. What? I can't TB or Baron people anymore? Like, you're shameless. You know what I'm saying? You're absolutely shameless. I want you to know that. Because at the end of the day, let me explain why this is a good idea. This is going to add a lot of versatility into the wilderness. When people go PvP in Bounty Hunter, they're going to be scared of people TBing them after they get a kill. They're going to be scared of entangles, barraggers, F-seers, and even raggers that are just going to barrag you and then you're forced to go outside of the crater and in another crater. They're going to be scared of these people after they get a kill, or in general, they're going to be scared of natures. So it also, I feel like, encourages new PKers to try this sort of PKing. There's going to be a lot of MSB peers. There's going to be Zerkers. There's going to be main levels. There's going to be med levels, and they're all going to be either using melee or mage and venge and stuff like that. I feel like it's good. You know, I really feel like in this type of combat, right, you don't need to use Entangle or Baraga. If you want to go NHing, that's why the new Wilderness Boss update was there. The Karasi update is there. You can go NHing whenever you want. But this is great for the community. I don't think this is bad at all. I love this, to be honest. I don't know about the no protection prayers, because what if somebody just declaw rushes you twice, right? I guess you could teleport out, but that's just a pain in the ass. I'd rather just like one tick protect melee than triple eat, because that's just how I am. I really feel like because of the no teleblock usage, you can literally just teleport out if you're getting rushed, so you should be fine, right? As long as you're not. I feel like we could all agree on that, correct? But yeah, I feel like it's pretty easy, pretty simple. I like this, honestly. I don't think it's a bad idea. Whoever's hating on it, you know, it adds more variety into the wilderness. Or you have to run into safe zone, you can't tele. Or no teleporting, instead requiring players to make their way to safe area to leave combat. The aim of this is to effectively make sure people are fighting honorably, keeping things quick and simple, while minimizing the chances you get caught off guard by a Teleblock, Entangle, or Granite Mole special attack out of nowhere while looting your first ever kill. It might be the case that the layoff itself is enough to incentivize Ed-style PvP, and you'd rather us just stick to absolute basic, let us know. It's minimizing the chances of you getting caught off guard by an Entangle, Teleblock, or a random Granite Mole special attack out of nowhere while looting your first ever kill. But if you can't teleport, couldn't you just get rushed? How is this preventing anything? I'm not understanding. You don't loot keys anymore. PJ timer as well. Chat, what do you guys think? I honestly think it's a great idea. Whoever goes against this update is stupid. Because like, bro, NHers could all NH at Rev Caves. There's certain worlds that people always fight NHers at. Or how about no prayers is a huge L? Well, it's not no prayers, but it's just no protection prayers. I guess it stops ragging, which is kind of cool for me at least. I think it's something good, you know? I think it's a good update. And it's good for the new players that are trying to learn PvP, you know? We're also happy to explore a separate no honor crater if this looks like a high demand for one. So a separate no honor crater, so an H crater can also be made if people want that to happen. So that they're giving you another, you know, crater for that. At present, entering the wilderness on a target world automatically gives you a skull, meaning you'll be able to protect one item if you're above 25 prayer. Conversely, some of the account builds that players must have enjoyed using in the past have been so-called unskulled builds, when the expectation is that they'll be allowed to fight without sculling up, since they are often built their accounts in a way that prevents them from using the protect item prayer. There are a couple of options here that could make sense. Option 1, everybody inside the bounty hunter crater is skulled. Above all else, this option is easy. Everybody knows exactly what they're getting in for. Anything you're not able to protect via protect item will be lost. On the other hand, having to buy return sets or stock up in advance, as well as the potential of being overwhelmed and forgetting your protect item prayer, might be off-putting for newer PvPers. So I'm not going to lie, this is going to attract a lot of new PvPers, right? And yes, I could see why they would not put protect item on because they're new at the game and they're going to get f***ed. That's understandable. But I feel like if somebody's making an account where they don't want to skull, that's kind of their problem, okay? They chose to make an account build so fucking strong that they have to wear this gear to make it OP as hell. And if they choose to do that, then they should risk that gear. Option 2, we use the typical sculling mechanics throughout the crater. If you initiate combat, you get a skull, which can't be lost during combat. For players choosing to remain unskulled, they have to deposit GP into Bounty on their Kofor to be able to enter the crater. The amount of GP required could scale with your combat level or with combat level brackets, and be set up only to take effect after you've already got a few kills under your belt. I mean, they also put like a cap for option 2 that you have to put GP in a coffer if you want to be unskulled. I like option 1 personally. Keep it nice and simple, you know, stick to the roots. Oda, they should add an armor stand to one-click equip your preset PvP gear. Honestly, I really like that idea. I really do. Like, you just have sets in your bank and you can just preset it immediately. This is a topic we'd be especially grateful to hear from you all on, so that we're confident, so we make a choice that feels right for the content. See, if anybody wants to make something for the content, they should be willing to risk that gear setup. Don't be fucking cowards and claim it's for content when you're just doing this for Unskulled just because you bought the gear. Be like an Odablock. Risk all the gear you want. Who gives a fuck about the GP? So if any content creator wants to remain unskulled, tell them to eat shit. Yeah, I said it. Eat shit, content creators. Eat shit. Skull up then. So your target will be 5 combat levels of your own. The entirety of the crater acts the same, allowing for unrestricted combat with 5 combat levels if somebody decides to go rogue. On the other hand, if you're happy to cast a wider net, then we could have option to increase your matchmaking range to +10 and +15, similar to PvP worlds at the moment. This means you'll be able to match with a wider variety of players, but only if both of you have opted into the wider range. That's cool. I like that idea a lot. While there is honor among thieves and bounty hunters alike, some people just want to watch the world burn. If it's chaos you're after, you can always go rogue. A rogue player is a player who attacks another player inside the crater who is not their target. Of course, this sort of reprobate behavior has consequences. If you choose to go rogue, you'll still be able to get a regular PvP loot from whoever you killed, but you won't be eligible for any additional bounty hunter rewards. You'll also be given a fancy new skull to let other players know to keep their wits about them if you're in this area. As for the consequences as mentioned, we'd like to know what you think they should look like. They should be as simple as preventing rogues from exiting to the lobby area for a short time, or something a little more creative. Your most devilish ideas welcome. The rogue rats, that's respectable. Okay. The emblem system is probably one of the most memorable components of Bounty Hunter gone by. It's a way to encourage players to go for kill streaks and give additional rewards to ruthlessly efficient killers who let their opponents' HPs drop down to 0. The value of emblems depends on the rewards available, but before we get into those, we'd like to figure out a core system that works best for you. We got 2 ideas of how these mysterious objects could work. We'll outline below. If you think of a better way, we're all ears. The single emblem approach effectively rewards you with the bonus points for killing emblem holders and lets you build up and streak to hopefully cash in your own tier 10 for some bonus points too. You'll have 1 emblem at any given moment that can't be traded, alchemized, noted, or stacked. Killing your target levels your emblem up, and killing a target with a higher tier emblem will reward you with bonus hunter points. I like that. I like that. I like that. Bounty hunter points. This is one with the simpler aspects of its design, but in what looks like a growing trend. We've got 2 ideas for you to weigh up and invite you to perhaps carve out the third and improves on both. Yeah, you know the drill. However, we could give you extra points for kill streaks, meaning you're still getting a little something extra even if you wind up dying with your emblem before trading it in. For example, if you get a 1 through 2 kill streak, 1 point per kill. If your kill streak is 3 to 4, 2 points per kill. If your kill streak is 5 plus, 3 points per kill. I'm gonna have 100 plus kill streak on Bounty Hunter the day of the release. I'm gonna destroy everybody and destroy everybody. I'm gonna have 3 different account builds ready. I'm gonna have a pure, Zerk, and main med level ready. And I'm gonna on every fucking bracket possible and be the pinnacle of the dominant speakies. Excuse me. Sorry, I just had to say that. We've decided on whether additional kill streak incentives are necessary alongside the emblem system we're putting in front of you to help us figure it out. Additionally, we'd like to offer some bonuses for certain kill milestones. This might sound like we're turning you into fellow players into stereotypes, but come on now. We'd never consider something so utterly barbaric. Of course, bounty hunter points are only as useful as the rewards they can be exchanged for. We'll be getting those into a second. But first, let's address the golden elephant in the room. Monetary reward. Previous iterations of the bounty hunter haven't exactly been smooth sailing in the past, tying bounty hunter points to GP resulting and boosting by gold farmers to generate immense amounts of GP per hour, at the expense of matchmaking and gameplay experience of players who are engaging in good faith. Elements of the above design go some way to combat this by preventing frequent rematches, harsher skip penalties, a potential unskulled cost, and even the use of crater itself. There's nowhere to hide inside the crater, meaning no more camping all over the Varrock lumber yard. Once you're in, you fight, run, or die. That's respectable. Really love this system. Earning potential system. The aims of, I remember the EP system. Everybody used to stand next to the bridge, go in one wilderness and stand at a death dot and just stand there and get 100 EP, get a target, then go kill them. I remember what we used to do. We were all snakes like that. Here's how it's gonna work in relatively simple terms. All players inside Bounty Hunter start at 0% EP. To be eligible to gain EP, players must risk a certain amount of GP. This risk would be deposited in a coffer. Killing your target means your EP depletes back to 0. So if I die to the person that's my target, I automatically get 10% EP on the next time, or no? That's kind of stupid. Why would you get a reward for dying to your target? They feel bad for the Zuggy shit cares. Yeah, I said it. Okay, ornament kicks and recolors. I don't really care about that. Overall, this is a very big W update. Okay, I'm all for Gega doing this. Love it. Hopefully, a lot of this gets implemented and all the PVMers don't vote no to this. I really like this idea, so hopefully this gets released soon, and I'll be having to provide very unique content on stream, and we'll even make a series with that type of bounty hunter content. So we'll see how it goes.